Most nursery failures don't start from seeds. They start from potting media. Let me show you standard nursery media, better alternatives, and what has worked for me. Follow me. Planting media is not just soil. It is the environment where the seed learns how to grow. A seed needs air, water, and support. Media determines root health, not leaf beauty. What is a standard nursery media? Standard nursery media consists of topsoil, river sand, and organic matter or organic manure like the poultry manure, the type I added to this. Standard nursery media works well when properly prepared, cheap and available, but highly inconsistent. Two people can use soil from the same compound and get different results. Yeah, I'll tell you why towards the end of this video. Media components. There are about 3 components of every media, which is the structural component. Example, cocoa peat, sawdust, or rice husk. When you're using sawdust, let me tell you this before I continue. Your sawdust has to be well treated, yes, to avoid contamination or introducing pests and pathogens of some diseases. Functions of the structural components of the media include holds the roots and maintain aeration. These are very important. They hold the roots and maintain aeration. Roots don't like stress. They like space. Roots like space. They don't like anything. They don't like stress. The second is the drainage component. You know, once you move the soil from each natural existence where it exists in nature into a pot or a bag, everything about the soil changes. So, for it to drain very well, you need sand, you need perlite, you need charcoal bits. Yeah, you need charcoal bits, perlite, and sand. Things that are coerced a little for ease of drainage. The function here is they prevent waterlogging and prevent damping off. Damping off is a major disease in agriculture, which most of the times results from waterlogging. So it prevents damping off. The third component, but not the least, the last but not the least, is the nutrient component. Example, the compost, poultry manure, the vermicast. I will show you watch this video and see some of the components of the things I use as my compost. Just watch a little. Chloromona odorata, Aspelia africana, and lots more. All these, I use them. I use these. Legumes are very, very essential in composting. Legumes are very, very essential. We also add grasses like the elephant grass. This is the flower of Aspelia africana. Yeah, in case you don't know what the flower looks like. Yeah, this is what it looks like. You can see our young ministers doing well in the nursery media we prepared ourselves. So the functions include early nutrition and microbial activity. Microbial activities are needed, and early nutrition also is very important because once you plant, your crops need to take up nutrients as early as possible for what? Fast establishment. Feed your media. Feed your media, not the seed. The seed you're planting, though important, but more important is the media where you're planting, because that's what feeds the what? Seeds that grows into your crop. Soilless media, the game changer. Examples of soilless media: the cocoa peat based mixes, peat alternatives, and hydroponic substrates. Advantages: they have the advantage of being uniform and having uniform texture, better root development, reduced disease pressure, ease of transplanting, that's easier transplanting, scalable for businesses. Soilless media removes guesswork from nursery production. My personal experience pushed me into the discovery that I can use things around me to raise my own nursery. Today, I don't use cocoa peat. I use only rice husk and wood shavings with my own personal compost. The ones I compost to do what? Raise my crops in pots. You saw the video I showed you earlier? I try to ensure that I incorporated as much legumes as possible into my media. And the legumes I incorporate includes the centrosema, the pigeon pea, all those legumes that are found around me, plenty of them. I also incorporate things like the spear, not the spear grass, no, the so many grasses like the elephant grass and so many others, so as to increase the carbon content of the compost, to increase the carbon content, and they also help in aeration of the media and to prevent waterlogging as well and damping off.
Take a look at the weed on your screen, a very, very important legume for composting.
So my first failure happened when I raised seedlings in situ, and guess what? About 80% of the seeds planted germinated, but out of the 80% that germinated, not up to 70% survived. They died. Why? I used the wrong mix, topsoil, and little of poultry manure. The second time I used cocoa peat. Guess what happened? They germinated, grew a little, and died off out of what? Malnourishment, malnutrition. And that pushed me into compounding my own compost, my own media. You too can do that. And as I speak to you, whenever I raise nursery, whenever I plant in pots, I get nearly 98% success. This is not a small feat. You too can do that. So who can use what? That's one question. This is where I made mistakes, so you don't have to. Theory is good, but practice will humble you. Yeah, like I said, I asked earlier, who should use what? Backyard gardeners should use simple soil mix. Small-scale farmers should use improved soil or partial soilless. Commercial nurseries should use soilless media. Choose media based on scale, not hype. Before you change seeds, change your planting media. Before you change seeds, change your planting media. Thank you. And don't forget to subscribe. We are always here to give you tips on how to succeed in your agricultural pursuit.